Well, this is true. But we tell you, we got a tough guy that manages all that. He's a stickler, and he wants to make sure everything is right. Derek Babbage, one of the guys, executive team members, and he will make sure that you need to sign that card. If you don't sign that card, whatever's on there, that's what you get.
Well, you can't trust a golfer. Who can you trust, man?
And that's exactly right. That's a big part of it, too.
Yeah.
So that's where we spend a lot of time with the youth groups that we're working with and the community organizations that we work with to help them understand that part of golf as well.
I was going to talk to you about that when we come back from this break too, because there's some organizations that you're dealing with that you're helping out, and some things you want to accomplish within the community itself. So
exactly right.
We'll talk about that, and we're going to take a quick break. We are those Weekend Golf Guys. We've got Sean Somerville with 3AGA with us here. We are live. Woodhaven Country Club, the friendliest club in town, they say,
and the busiest,
and the loudest, and I think they're setting up for a buffet. So
Sunday brunch.
Sunday brunch. They told us Sunday brunch is coming, so we got to get our butts off the table by noon, no later. All right. So we will be right back. Take a quick break. We are those Weekend Golf Guys, and we're here every Sunday at 11 live from a golf course in the Kentuckiana area, live on Big X Sports Radio. It is us, those Weekend Golf Guys. We are here live, Woodhaven Country Club, and it's just off Waterston Trail. Hopefully I can give you better directions than I gave intrepid part-time producer Tim.
The directions were good.
Oh, directions were good. Okay. It's the driver who was a little off. Still here with Sean Somerville from 3AGA. And now we got to say, Sean, that the 3AGA stands for the African American Amateur Golfers Association.
That is correct. That is correct.
But it's not a closed organization.
No, not at all. It's very inclusive. We want inclusivity, diversity. The reason for the name is just to show homage to the intentionality of who we're trying to engage into the sport and into the game, into the industry. We're focused. A community that hasn't been attacked like golf or approached or targeted, I guess is a good word. Exactly. We haven't been exposed to it. You know, as we were talking during the break, a lot of us that play in the organization now, we all grew up playing basketball, football, baseball, track. And while all of those are fantastic sports and they are great and people excelled in them and can excel, your body can't sustain doing that for a long period of time.
No.
And
you get old early in those sports.
Exactly right. And the opposite's for golf. Because you can play that, as I've always heard, 8 to 80. And, you know, they go one side or the other and beyond. Yeah. But you get that opportunity, and we want to just expand the horizons for the black community. Say, hey, here's another opportunity. Here's something else you could consider. Here's something else you could do. Right. And as you know, and we hear quite a bit, the PGA is looking for opportunities to grow diversity.
Yes.
And build on that. And you know.
Yeah, you got Tiger Woods and Harold Varner Jr. and, you know, I mean, Lee Elder finally was recognized.
Right.
You know.
Exactly right.
But Calvin Peete.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, the few and far between.
Few and far between. And you know, as we've seen, as things continue, there's a lot of contributions people have made throughout society that have been ignored, subtracted, not identified, and so forth. And we're just trying to help bring recognition to that and give some opportunity where there may not have been before.
Yeah.
So that's the purpose of the name. Doesn't mean anything else other than that.
Right.
And so we encourage everyone to come out and participate with us. And there's another group that I affiliate with, Hit Ball Far HBF, and we're going to try to do some things with them and you know, just try to bring it together, because one of our taglines is, as we play together, we build together. You know,
we had Matt and his second in command on last year. In fact, they were out at South Park. Was it last week?
Yeah, South Park.
Yeah. We played in their season ender last year out at South Park. And, got invited. It was excuse me, a great group of guys. Man, I think it's the allergy season here.
Pollen and stuff floating around.
That's what you get for being outdoors all the time. But, there's going to be a big party here soon, too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they brought donuts.
We came just in time.
All right, they brought donuts. We love that. But playing as I did with y'all, I was in the minority. I will say that.
Yeah.
It was not uncomfortable. No, not at all.
Because that's golf.
Yeah.
It removes all of that.
Totally inclusive.
And it makes
man.
it fun, and it makes it inclusive. And, and not only does it level the playing field from the score and the competitive piece, but it lays the playing field for just people.
Yeah.
And just generosity.
So you can look at people as golfers.
Right.
Not as black golfers, white
Right.
golfers, Puerto Rican golfers, or whatever. It's just, they're golfers.
Yeah.
And it was a great time.
Yeah, we had a ball. We had fun.
Yeah.
And we plan on having a lot more of that.
Yeah.
As well as a lot of things that we're trying to accomplish in the community as well.
Yeah. Some of those groups that you're working with, man.
Right. So one of the groups where we're talking about young folks and connecting with the young folks, it's called Bigger Than the Game, which they have a division of them called Run, which is Reviving Urban Neighborhoods. And Brandon Hill is one of the executives of that group. And we're working with them to capture their demographic of 18 to 35 males that are just disconnected from things. And again, trying to offer them options and opportunities and things to see differently.
Right.
And this industry has, let's be transparent about it, has a lot of money. And you can make a good living in this industry if you put the time, energy, and effort to it. Just like anything, really.
Right.
But they don't know about it. They're not familiar with it. They're not exposed to it.
Right.
So that's some of the things we're doing. And then we work with Community Connections, another nonprofit agency that's working with us to help us reach out to more other areas of the community.
Right.
And then we work with sickle cell also. So
Joanne.
Yeah, exactly right. So again, a disease that that hits our community a little harder than most,
But not exclusively.
But not exclusively. Exactly. So again, just trying to bring awareness, raise awareness, create and help fund to do things that can make it beneficial and better for the community. So between those three, it's keeping us pretty busy.
I can imagine,
But
man.
we also need the support, and that's why we need support, and the folks participating, joining, being members, coming out to our lucky draws, as we continue to do more things, supporting us in that way and doing sponsorships, whole sponsorships or season sponsorships or whatever works.
You may be driving a Maserati for a year.
You never know. Exactly right. Exactly right.
You'd have to be driving it nonstop for a year because you won't be able to get out of it, but that's okay. We can revisit that later. But even the entire race situation aside, even millennial of all races, I mean, golf has been perceived for so long as just a game played by old white guys in funny pants.
Yeah. Well, I like the funny pants.
Yeah,
As you saw.
You were sporting, looking good out there, Sean. Yeah, buddy. But
Man, it's the creeping crud is what it is. Allergy season in the Ohio Valley. But getting the word out to kids, if you want to call them that, to whatever, that this is an option.
Right.
That you can't play basketball for your entire, like you said, even if you're still in great shape at a young age, it's hard to call up 9 of your closest friends to get a basketball game together.
Yes.
And heaven forbid if you're trying to get a softball game together and you're not a member of a league.
Right.
You know. So there are preclusions. Golf, you can walk out, and you have. I mean, you walk out to a course all alone, finish 18 holes, and you've got probably 3 new friends.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah, actually, one of my good friends that I play with now, who moved to Florida, that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Went out. He went out. We were singles. We got paired. Next thing you know, we're playing together. And then that whole summer, we were playing together. And so it works out well that way.
And also, it doesn't build character; it reveals character.
It does. It does. And it becomes teachable moments for the younger generation.
It does, yeah.
Or as I say, the uninitiated, because you can actually coach them and mentor them. And again, bringing these young folks out when we do certain events, they get mentorship that they don't even realize is happening because they're with different caliber of people and working with playing with different caliber of people. So,
well, that's, I mean, and we've talked about this, but it bears repeating because it's one of the greatest stories of golf is East Lake Country Club in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Bobby Jones's home course kind of fell apart. The East Lake section of Atlanta was not the best of neighborhoods.
Right.
Guys bought the course, but instead of coming in and doing what you'd expect developers to do, which is gentrifying the neighborhood,
Right.
they didn't build housing and charge enough money so that most of the people who already lived there couldn't afford to live there anymore.
Yeah.
They simply said, listen, we got a golf course here. We'd love you to come play here. All you have to do if you want to play here is come work here. Come on in,
Yeah.
Take care of the carts.
Beautiful thing.
Be a caddy.
Right.
Work in the clubhouse, whatever. And the graduation rates in the neighborhood went up. The crime rate in the neighborhood went down. And if you can't attribute that 100% to golf, what can you attribute it to? You said it's the mentorship, it's the exposure,
Right.
it's being next to for 4.5 hours people who you normally wouldn't have been next to.
Exactly.
Talking
Exactly.
to them, just listening to them.
Hearing the conversations that they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a different mindset. It puts your mind on a different playing field. So,
And the other thing we like about golf, too, we talked about during the break, is that it's different. Every football field, every baseball diamond, every basketball court all look alike.
yes.
Golf courses change. Even the same course changes from day to day.
Exactly right. And you can narrow it down just as simply as just the green.
Yeah.
They move the cup from one point to another, and it plays totally different.
Yep.
And you see that in PGA. They play that same course 4 days in a row, and they do different things. The wind comes, they play it, it rains, they move the tees back, and they're playing different, and people score differently based on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, when you learn how to think, and that's one of the things, too, getting back to coming full circle to our conversation, which is a little ADD, but the thinking,
Right.
being able to, if you're going to compete, you know that every shot is going to count. Then you want to make sure that you take as few as possible, so you think a little bit better on, is this the best possible shot I could take in this scenario?
Exactly. And you have to check that ego.
Yeah.
Got to check the ego. Oh my goodness! I can make that. Nah, that's 250. I can make that.
I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. I can get over that water. Okay.
Yeah, on a good day with a perfect swing and an 80-mile-an-hour wind at my back. Yeah, which we did once. We played the day you were with the day that Hurricane Ike came through town.
Right.
We were at a scramble out at Long Run.
Okay.
And golf, just proving how stupid golfers are, or how diehard, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
We didn't stop. I mean, we were literally ducking trash cans as they were
Oh, my
rolling
goodness.
across.
Remember
Tree
that
lid. The tree
No,
came
the
down.
tree came down, yeah.
Yeah. But it's the only time I ever hit a 300-yard 3-wood.
Oh,
You
wow.
know? Yeah, with an 80-mile-an-hour wind at your back, you
Yeah.
can get some good shots.
This is true. This is true.
And then came home to a week with no power. It was great.
That's right.
Yeah.
You were out of fire.
It was Ryder Cup week, wasn't it? Was it the Ryder Cup or the Senior PGA? It was I think it was the Ryder Cup. It was
Okay.
out of Valhalla.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
Valhalla and the mayor's house were the only two neighborhoods that had power.
They had power.
Yeah, it was fun.
So,
But,
so yeah, we're really excited about what we're embarking on. We definitely entertain any partnerships, any other building relationships that we can have, as we kind of talked about during the break.
Yep.
With who was on earlier? Terry.
Terry,
Earlier.
Terry Edwards.
I would like to capture him and see if we can come up with some unique ways to merge or partner or do something.
You know, when you get somebody with an idea like that is special,
Right.
And you've got other guys like you with ideas that are special. If you just put them together, man.
Yeah.
You help veterans, help.
Yeah, exactly.
Help everybody.
Help everybody, and
help kids who otherwise wouldn't be exposed to this game, because we know we love it.
Yeah.
And we know that all you have to do to love it is to play it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, exactly right. And to that end, we're really trying to get more women to participate.
We've been trying to get more women to participate for a while, but if you have a good technique, let us know, because our technique's not working well.
Hey, I at this point we don't, but we some of it is just talking about it and continually saying, hey, come on out, try it. And to that we have we'll do clinics, lady clinics, and try to get them to just see what it's like and kind of enjoy it. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah.